The mining colony was quiet at first. Captain Elias Ward stood at the edge of the loading bay, his arms crossed as cargo droids rolled past him. The faint hum of machinery filled the air. Above him, through the transparent dome, stars shone against the black sky. It was just another shift on a remote moon far from Earth. Elias was a man who liked order. His job was simple: keep everyone safe. But this colony was different. Humans and aliens worked side by side here, a rare partnership between two species. Many still did not trust each other. Some humans believed the aliens were dangerous, and some aliens thought humans were too aggressive. Elias, however, believed peace was worth protecting. He was about to end his patrol when he heard laughter. A small alien girl ran through the hallway, her long silver hair floating as she moved. It was Lyra, the daughter of Ambassador Kareth. She often visited the worksite with her father. Elias allowed himself a small smile. She reminded him of the children he had once seen on Earth, curious, full of life. Suddenly, a loud alarm broke the calm. Warning: reactor breach detected. The station's AI repeated the message in both human and alien languages. Elias's smile faded instantly. He tapped his communicator. Control, report. Captain, we have multiple explosions in the lower sectors, possible sabotage. Sabotage. That word made Elias's stomach tighten. He had heard rumors of extremists who wanted to destroy the Alliance. Evacuate everyone, Elias shouted. He ran toward the source of the alarm, his boots pounding on the metal floor. The hallway lights turned red. Smoke began to fill the corridor. Workers shouted, some running, others helping the injured. In the middle of the chaos, Elias saw Lyra frozen in fear. She was standing too close to a sealed door. Beyond it, the reactor chamber was glowing with dangerous heat. Elias's heart raced. The blast shutters were trying to close, but the door control was damaged. If the reactor went critical, the whole sector would be destroyed, and Lyra would not survive. Lyra! Elias shouted. Run! She didn't move. The sound of alarms was too loud. She was too scared. Elias sprinted toward her. The glow from the chamber was getting brighter, almost blinding. His instincts screamed that he had only seconds left. He reached Lyra and pulled her close. Close your eyes, he said gently. Then, without hesitation, he turned his body to face the explosion. The reactor chamber erupted in a wave of fire and energy. The shock wave hit them like a hammer. Elias dropped to the ground, wrapping his arms and armored body around Lyra, shielding her from the deadly heat. The force was so strong that his suit's systems overloaded. Pain shot through his back and legs. The world went white. For a moment, there was only silence. Then darkness swallowed him. When Elias opened his eyes, everything felt wrong. He was lying on something smooth and warm, not the cold floor of the station. There was no smoke, no alarms, no weight of his heavy suit. His breathing was steady, and strangely, he felt no pain. Slowly, he sat up. He was no longer on the colony. Instead, he was in a wide circular chamber. The walls glowed softly, like they were alive. Strange patterns moved across them, shining in silver and blue. He felt small in this place, as if he had been taken far away from everything he knew. Then he noticed them. Figures were standing around him. Tall, slender, and glowing faintly, as if their skin reflected starlight. Their faces were calm, their eyes bright like distant suns. Elias's training told him to stay calm, but his mind was racing. Who were they? How had he gotten here? Was Lyra safe? One of the tall beings stepped forward. Its voice was soft but echoed as if the room itself was speaking. Do not be afraid, human. You are safe here. Elias blinked. The voice was clear in his mind, even though the being's mouth did not move. Where am I? He asked. His voice sounded small in the vast room. You are in the care of the Scifi, the being said. We brought you here before the end could claim you. The words made Elias's chest tighten. Before the end. Did that mean he had died? No, the being said, as if reading his thoughts. You were close to death, but we would not allow it. You saved one of the chosen. You saved a child who will bring great change. Elias's mind went back to Lyra. She's alive? Yes, the Scifi replied. Because of you. Elias let out a breath of relief. That was all that mattered. But the Scifi were not done. Another stepped forward, its glowing hands hovering near Elias's chest. Your body was broken. We have repaired it. You will feel different now, stronger, faster. The change cannot be undone. Elias frowned. What change? The beings only looked at him with calm, shining eyes. You will see soon, the first one said. Before Elias could ask more questions, the walls of the chamber rippled. A door appeared where there had been none. Beyond it, Elias saw stars. Bright, close, and strange. Wherever he was, it was nowhere near home. Elias stood, steadying himself. He felt lighter, stronger, almost too aware of everything around him. The Scifi stepped aside, leaving a clear path to the door. Come, Elias Ward, they said. Your journey has only begun. Elias looked once more at the glowing room, then stepped forward. Whatever had happened to him, whatever this place was, he knew one thing for certain. The attack on the colony was no accident, and if Lyra was still in danger, he would find a way back. Even if he had to fight the stars themselves. Elias stood in silence, staring at the strange doorway that had appeared in the glowing wall. Beyond it stretched a long corridor, shimmering as if made of light itself. The tall Scifi waited patiently, their glowing eyes calm. His body felt strange, too strong, too alive. He clenched his fists and felt energy moving through him, like electricity in his veins. It was both frightening and exciting. He followed the Scifi through the doorway. The corridor opened into a vast chamber, much larger than the first. It looked like a training hall, its smooth floor glowing with faint symbols. Around the room, more Scifi stood in a circle, watching silently. You are ready to begin, one of them said. Begin what? Elias asked. The awakening, the being replied. Your body is no longer as it was. You must learn to use what we have given you, or it will consume you. Before Elias could ask what that meant, the floor lit up under his feet. He felt a sudden pull in his chest, like the air itself was calling to him. His heart pounded. Do not resist, the Scifi said. Elias took a breath. The light around him grew brighter, and suddenly, he felt his senses explode. He could see every detail in the room, the faint movement of the Scifi's robes, the patterns in the glowing walls, even the sound of distant machinery somewhere far away. His muscles felt light, powerful, ready to move at a speed he had never known. What did you do to me? He whispered. We repaired you, the Scifi replied, and we gave you more. You are now a bridge between your kind and ours. You will need this strength for what comes next. Elias frowned. What comes next? A Scifi stepped forward, its eyes darkening slightly. The attack on your colony was not random. Someone wishes to destroy the peace between your species and Lyra's. If they succeed, war will come and millions will die. Elias's jaw tightened. Then tell me who they are so I can stop them. It is not so simple, the Scifi said. There are humans involved. Elias felt cold. Humans, you mean? My own people? Yes, the Scifi replied. Extremists who hate the Alliance. They hired mercenaries to destroy the station and to kill the ambassador's daughter. Your sacrifice saved her life, but they will not stop. Elias took a step forward. Where is Lyra now? She is safe, the Scifi said. But she is being hunted. The ones who tried to kill her still seek her, and you are the only one who can protect her. Elias's hands clenched. He had sworn to protect everyone under his watch. He would not fail again. Then train me, he said. Show me how to use this. Whatever you've given me. The Scifi nodded. The next few days were unlike anything Elias had ever known. He trained in the glowing chamber from dawn to dusk, or at least what felt like dawn and dusk in this strange place. The Scifi taught him to control his speed, his strength, and the strange energy flowing through him. At first it was overwhelming. He moved too fast and crashed into walls. His punches left dents in the floor. His hearing was so sharp that even distant sounds distracted him. But slowly, he learned control. He learned to leap across the room in a single bound, to strike with perfect precision, to sense movements even when his back was turned. The Scifi taught him to focus, to calm his thoughts until his new power felt like an extension of himself. One day during training, a Scifi sparred with him. The being moved faster than Elias had ever seen, striking with blinding speed. Elias blocked every blow, his new reflexes guiding him. Finally, he caught the Scifi's arm and pinned it to the floor. "You are ready," the being said calmly, even though Elias was breathing hard. "Now you must leave this place." Elias straightened. "Leave? Go where?" "To find Lyra. To stop those who would destroy the peace." A doorway appeared at the far end of the chamber. Beyond it, Elias could see a hangar, where a sleek ship waited. "This will take you where you must go," the Scifi said. "But be warned, your enemies are already moving. They know you survived. They will come for you." Elias nodded. He was ready. The ship was unlike anything he had flown before. It responded to his thoughts, moving smoothly as if it were alive. The stars outside were sharp and bright as he left the Scifi station behind. He set a course for the colony where it all began. When he arrived, he saw the damage from the explosion had been repaired, but the mood was grim. Security ships patrolled the area. Elias landed quietly and moved through the corridors, keeping his hood up. He soon found Lyra. She was in a safe room guarded by alien soldiers. When she saw Elias, her silver eyes widened. "You're alive!" she cried, running to him. Elias knelt so they were face to face. "I promised I'd protect you," he said softly. But before he could say more, alarms sounded. "Incoming ships!" A guard shouted. Elias turned and looked out the viewport. A fleet of black, sharp-edged ships appeared, blocking the stars. These were no ordinary raiders. They were heavily armed, moving with military precision, and they were human. Lyra grabbed Elias's hand. "Who are they?" Elias's expression hardened. "People who don't want peace. People who want a war." The lead ship sent a message to the station. "Hand over the alien girl and the traitor who protects her, or we open fire." Elias's blood ran cold. He knew what he had to do. "Get her to the escape tunnels," he told the guards. "I'll buy you time." But before anyone could move, the attackers fired. The station shook under the impact. The shields would not hold for long. Elias grabbed a blaster rifle and stood in front of the door. "They'll have to go through me first." The battle began. Explosions rocked the hallways. Elias fought like never before. His enhanced speed and strength made him unstoppable. He disarmed attackers, pushed them aside, and blocked their advance. But there were too many of them. Finally, Elias was surrounded, his rifle empty. The attackers pointed their weapons at him. "Take him alive," their leader said through the comms. "The commander will want to see the traitor before we execute him." Elias glared at them, but he knew he couldn't win this fight. As they dragged him toward their ship, he looked back and saw Lyra disappearing into the escape tunnels. She was safe for now, but Elias knew the fight was far from over. Elias sat in the cell, his hands bound with glowing restraints that blocked his enhanced strength. The room was dark, the air cold. The hum of the warlord's ship surrounded him, reminding him that he was deep in enemy territory. His mind was not on himself. It was on Lyra. Had she escaped safely? Were the guards still alive? Every minute he stayed here, the warlords got closer to their goal, starting a war that would destroy everything he had tried to protect. The cell door hissed open. A man stepped inside, tall and broad-shouldered, wearing dark armor marked with an old Earth military insignia. His face was hard, his eyes cold. "Captain Elias Ward," the man said. "The hero of the colony." Elias glared at him. "Who are you?" The man smiled without humor. "Commander Vance, leader of the Free Earth Legion. We fight for humanity's survival. You should be with us, not protecting aliens." "By killing children?" Elias asked sharply. Vance's smile vanished. "By removing threats before they remove us. The aliens will turn on us one day. We just decided to strike first." Elias shook his head. "That's not survival. That's murder." Vance leaned closer. "When we fire on the alien capital tomorrow, the war will begin. Humanity will rise and you will watch as your alien friends burn." Elias's jaw tightened. He had heard enough. "You won't win," he said quietly. Vance chuckled. "You'll see." He turned and left, the cell door sealing shut behind him. Elias closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He could not let this happen. He had to escape. When the guards came to move him later, Elias was ready. The moment the cell door opened, he twisted his body and kicked the first guard into the wall. The restraints cracked under the sudden surge of energy in his arms. The Scifi power inside him flared like a storm. He grabbed the second guard, disarmed him, and used the weapon to blast the control panel. The hallway lights turned red as alarms rang out. Elias ran through the ship, his movements faster than the crew could react. He dodged blaster fire, leapt over barriers, and reached the hangar. There, rows of attack fighters waited. But Elias was not looking for a fighter. He was looking for a command terminal. He found one near the hangar doors and quickly hacked into it. The Scifi had taught him how to interface with alien systems, and somehow his mind now understood human ones even faster. He downloaded the attack coordinates. His worst fear was true. The Legion planned to strike the alien capital within the hour. He couldn't stop them alone. He needed allies. Elias jumped into a small fighter and blasted out of the hangar before the crew could stop him. The ship shook as enemy fighters chased him, but he pushed the engines to their limit. He opened a secure channel to the alien fleet. "This is Captain Elias Ward," he said urgently. "The Free Earth Legion is coming for your capital. They have stolen human warships. You need to prepare your defenses now." There was silence for a moment. Then a calm voice replied, "Captain Ward, Ambassador Kareth has been waiting for you. Follow these coordinates." Relief washed over Elias. Lyra's father was alive, and that meant Lyra was safe. He followed the coordinates to a large alien cruiser. As soon as he landed, the ambassador himself met him. Lyra ran forward, her silver hair shining. "You came back," she said, hugging him. Elias smiled briefly, then turned to Kareth. "There's no time. The Legion will be here soon. If we don't stop them, this will become a full war." Kareth nodded grimly. "Then we will fight together." Moments later, Elias stood on the bridge of the alien flagship. Through the large viewing window, the stars were quiet, but not for long. The enemy fleet appeared, dropping out of warp like a storm of shadows. Enemy ships charging weapons. The tactical officer shouted. "Open a channel," Elias said. Commander Vance's face appeared on the screen, his expression smug. "So, you brought the aliens to fight for you. Good. Now we can end this quickly." "Vance, listen to me," Elias said. "You're about to start a war that will wipe out both sides. Stand down while you still can." Vance laughed. "No, humanity must rule the stars. Goodbye, Captain." The channel closed and the enemy fleet fired. The battle exploded across space. Alien cruisers moved in graceful arcs, firing beams of light that cut through the darkness. Human warships answered with missile barrages and railgun fire. The void between the fleets became a storm of fire. Elias gripped the command rail as the ship shook. "Take us into their formation." The alien captain obeyed, trusting him. Elias used his knowledge of human ship tactics to predict their movements. One by one, enemy fighters fell to precise counterattacks. Still, the Legion flagship loomed ahead, preparing a massive strike that could break the alien defenses. "Get me a boarding craft," Elias ordered. Kareth stared at him. "You cannot mean to—" "I have to stop Vance myself," Elias said firmly. "If he fires that weapon, it's over." Minutes later, Elias led a small team onto the Legion flagship. He fought through the corridors, his enhanced speed and strength turning every encounter into a blur. Finally, he reached the bridge. Vance was there, standing at the command console. "So, you made it," Vance said, drawing a weapon. "This ends now." Elias stepped forward. "Yes, it does." They clashed. Vance was strong, trained, but Elias was faster. The fight was fierce, strikes, counters, and the hum of energy fields filling the air. At last, Elias disarmed Vance and pinned him to the floor. "It's over," Elias said. Vance glared at him. "You think this changes anything? There will always be more like me." "Maybe," Elias said quietly, "but not today." He shut down the weapon system and broadcast the truth of the Legion's attack to every ship and every station. The human fleet, seeing they had been lied to, began to stand down. The war was over before it began. Later, as the fleets withdrew, Elias stood with Lyra on the observation deck. "You saved us all," she said softly. Elias looked at the stars. "No, we saved each other." Kareth approached. "You have done more than save lives, Captain. You have given us hope that humans and my people can truly stand as allies." Elias nodded. He still felt the strange power inside him, but he no longer feared it. He had a purpose now. As the alien cruiser turned toward the stars, Elias stood tall. Whatever came next, he would be ready, because humans might be fragile, but they were also strong enough to fight for peace.